Perfect.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this month's webinar. We have a special guest from Cardinal Glass, Anthony, and how do you pronounce your last name, Anthony? Filagamo?
That's right.
Did I get that right?
Yep.
All right, awesome. Anthony has been with Cardinal Glass for 6 years. Many of you had an opportunity to meet Anthony when you guys did the tour. He certainly remembers our team and had a great time during that tour. So, Anthony, I'll turn it over to you. I know you have something prepared for us, so take it away.
Sure. All right, guys. Well, thanks for giving us the opportunity to do this. We always love to be able to show off what we're doing here at the plant and talk about some things that we've been working on. When you guys were here last, we were 300,000 square feet. We were a 300,000 square feet facility. By the end of the year, we're going to be at 590,000 square feet. And then at the beginning of next year, we're going to break ground on what we're going to call Plant 2. And we purchased the property around our building, and we're going to be basically making another plant because we need the capacity, we need the space, and it's just kind of the way the market's going. We need to have that as a space to add additional IG lines, cutting tables, and that sort of thing. So at some point, when everything comes back down in the next few years, it would be really good to do another tour out here, and we'd love to have you. But today we are going to there we go. So what I'd like to do is I'll tell you a little bit about who we are as a company. There's a lot of things that have happened in the last couple of years that I'll address. Then really just talk about products and have a Q&A if you guys have any questions after that point. When we talk about products, I'm going to pivot to our website and talk about the products that you guys sell relative to Lowe's and how they perform in the Michigan market and what makes sense. So without further ado, here we go. So who are we? If you guys don't know, we're now the largest residential glass manufacturer in the world. We almost 100% of our business is residential, with a very, very small piece of the commercial market. We're fully integrated. So what that means is everything from mining the sand to melt the glass, or to melt it and make glass, to put. You want to say something? Yeah. Hold on, Mike Connell's here. He'd like to say hi to everybody. There's no video. Oh.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning.
They're all on mute. Awesome.
Yeah, and it is a webinar format, so everyone is giving you a thumbs up, but they are unable to talk back. But
Awesome. So, hey, guys, I just wanted to come in and thank you for everything that you guys have done for us. Thank you for all your business. We're doing everything we can to make sure you guys stay in glass. In this world, as I'm sure you know, life has just become so incredibly difficult, and we hope that we've been able to provide a little bit of advanced planning and ability for you guys to run your business. So thank you. Keep selling. Let us know what else you need. We'd love to have you down for another plant tour. The plant, since my factory, since your last visit, probably has changed by 365 degrees. It's more automated than it ever has been, and we're going to continue that level of automation. So keep selling. We need orders, and we'll keep trying to take care of you. All right. So thank you very much.
yes, we will plan a visit as well. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good job.
All right. So again, the way we are structured is it's kind of like a franchise. So as long as all of our plants are making the units the same way, we get to kind of make the decisions for our business locally instead of having to climb an ivory tower to get things done. So, for example, we see the need for a fair amount of automation in our factory just to run some of these units that you guys are selling are just getting so large that it's getting really hard to ask people to lift up this glass. So we're a touchless factory at this point where the glass is fed down the line by a robot and taken off the line with the robot. And that's not something you'll see at every Cardinal plant, but that's something that we saw a need for here. So that's just an example of our structure and you know, us making the decisions that work for us. This year in sales, we're gonna get to about 3.7 billion. As some of you may know, Cardinal made an acquisition this year of AGC. What ended up happening is as the industry is almost out of float glass, we were debating building a float plant, which is a $350 million investment. So, you know, we went to AGC and asked if we could buy one of their float plants, and instead they said, well, how about we just exit the US market and you can buy AGC North America. So that's what we did, and now it's made us the largest residential glass provider in the world. Here are our locations before the acquisition. So you'll see that up in Wisconsin, that's where a lot of our plants are located. That's where Cardinal basically started. Our roots are new home construction, and all the pine trees are in that region, and that's where all the wood window companies started. So that's where we planted our roots. And then once the national guys kind of took on a national presence, we did too. So now we're in every market, and we now have 44 manufacturing locations around the country. And as I mentioned, we are almost 100% residential and 0% automotive. The good thing about us is that our float plants are only making glass for residential windows. The float glass that is selling to the automotive manufacturers are making thick glass because it has a higher margin, but and that's what a lot of these people are choosing to do. But knowing that all of our float plants are dedicated to residential windows, it gives us the advantage of having a fairly decent supply of glass. Here's our customers. As you can see, Wallside, it's our favorite here in Fremont. We love taking care of you guys. We love what you do. We love what you sell. But you'll notice that we're not really selling to some of these companies that sell just you know, these stock $100, $200 windows. We only want to sell to the guys that are selling the very best, and that's what you guys do, and we appreciate it. You guys actually for the entire Midwest region sell more ID9 than any of our other customers, and we really appreciate that. And that's how we know you guys see the value in what we do. So if there's anything to take away from, you know, who we are as a company, it's this. We have 750 million units out in the field right now that are under a 20-year warranty. If one of those units were to fail, we would owe you a new unit and a credit for the old unit. So quite simply, our units can't fail, and they don't. If we even had a 10% failure rate, we'd be in a lot of trouble, because we'd be chasing down a lot of failures instead of, you know, using our investments using our money to make capital expenditures like getting out of touching glass, getting into more automation. So quite simply, our units can't fail. So Mike mentioned, so our plant started in 1998. By the end of this year, we're going to be almost 600,000 square feet, 330 employees. This year, our sales are going to be close to $90 million. And we're working very hard to expand our capacity. As you know, we have more orders than we can produce right now. But again, we're doing our very best to take care of Wallside. These are our values. So one thing to note is we haven't worked, we've only worked at, I think, 2 weekends of overtime this year. We're committed to our values for our employees, family, respect, integrity, trust, ownership, and safety. It's not worth, killing our employees to just to get a few more windows out the door when we're taking care of our customers and you guys. So that's important to us, is that we're creating a good work environment for our people. Big community supporters here, especially we've donated a bunch of glass to local schools. I think last time you guys were here, you saw the bullet resistant glass that we were talking about. We donated that to local schools, and it's gone over really well. I'll skip it. So we are VPP certified, which means we're one of only 89 businesses in the state of Indiana that have this certification. It's OSHA's gold standard. So we actually invite them into the plant, and they basically audit us every year, so we can keep that standard and go from there. So just kind of give you, I know a lot of you had questions on Click last time you guys came in. It's going to be a really, really cool product. Right now, I'm sure there's some people that didn't see it last time, so I'll play the video so you can see what the product is. So it's basically a piece of laminated glass where that inner layer, instead of being a PVB or a plastic, it's a gel liquid crystal. And so what happens when you flip a light switch on, the glass can go from clear to opaque, or as you see on the one on the right, you can tap lines into the glass and create a blind effect. This is going to be our newest plant. They've picked out a site in Iowa to break ground, and once they're in that building, they're going to be able to get their process down to where they need it. Because right now it's we're not selling it, but if we were to sell it right now, it would be very, very expensive. So once we break ground on a new facility, we'll get the process to where it needs to be and offer it at a comparable price to what blinds are. And then this is coming to, this is bullet resistant glass that you guys saw. To actually be certified as bullet resistant glass, it takes a lot of auditing and a lot of testing that we have to go through. So to get this approved, it's going to be another probably 5 to 10 years. And but it's something like I said that we've run samples of and donated to schools, and it's pretty cool. But even to talk about just regular laminated glass, it buys time for let's in the case of a shooter, if a shooter shoots through some glass, it buys some time for them to actually break in. So it's a pretty cool product. So I'm going to pivot over to our website to talk about products. If I can here. There we go. All right, Dave, can you guys see that?
Not yet. It's still the PowerPoint.
Okay. Oh, I didn't hit share. Sorry.
Yep, we can see it now.
Cool. All right. So this is our website. It's we've recently redone it, and it's really cool applications on it. This is something I use frequently, and it's something that you could even potentially use in a home. So you can easily compare your different glass packages here. So your 180 and then your premium. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see here, we have an argon filled 180 unit, and what it does, what we're going to do is compare it to a regular clear piece of glass, and we want to talk about comfort. We've in some studies that we've done, that word is really important in the home. It's selling on comfort. So actually, I just got a new house. In my house, I have a single pane clear units right now. It's 120 years old. So I am losing. My air conditioner heat is on, like, it almost feels like 24/7. So if we look at that and compare to the 180, you see the number of hours of discomfort throughout the course of the year are significantly less. And I always equate that to, the amount of time that either your AC or your heat's going to be running. So if you compare it in the Lansing market, with clear glass, you have about 2,500 hours of discomfort throughout the course of the year. Whereas if you just add the 180, you drop that down to only 1,400 hours throughout the course of the year. And now let's take a look at if we would do your premium product, see what changes. You go down to basically the only time there's ever even a small amount of discomfort is a winter day, but we're down to 425 hours throughout the course of the year. When you compare it to the clear, the 180, you're significantly less. And the key to the takeaway from your premium product is if we compare that to a triple pane, let's see what happens. We're at the point now that you have a triple pane performance in a dual pane construction, and dual panes are a heck of a lot cheaper than a triple pane. And the return on investment is, on a triple pane, is a lot longer than what it would be on the 270 ID9 for damn near the same performance level. So that's what we sell when we talk about 270 and ID9 versus a triple pane, is that you're going to get a triple pane performance in a dual pane construction. So it's a nice visual to look at. One other tool, last tool we'll talk about here is our comfort calculator, and this is a little bit more interactive. Go to Lansing again, and we can compare your glass types here. Let's go a large window with 180 with argon. So on a winter night, you can see on the left here, there's still discomfort close to that large window, but as she moves to the center of the room, that's where she's going to have comfort on a winter night. And then on a summer day, it still gets hot in that market. So with the shades partially closed, she's going to be comfortable. But what happens when we go 270? So with the 270, she now has comfort on a summer day with the shades open. That coating's blocking out enough of the solar heat to keep her comfortable on the hottest days in the summer. and if we add the ID9, this is your premium product, then you have year-round comfort, comfort on a winter night, comfort on a summer day, and overall the best glass package for the Michigan market. So so that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys today. I know I'm not sure the time that we have, but Dave, if you want to open it up for questioning, or if you have any questions.
Yes, Anthony, thank you for walking us through all that. I'll share the links to all these tools so you guys can check them out if you haven't seen them before. If you guys have a question, you can click the little hand raise icon or attempt to unmute yourself. And we have Anthony here at our disposal to answer anything you have. Well, they're thinking of questions. I do have one question, and this is one that I get frequently from customers, and that is, do you have any tools that show noise reduction or anything that corresponds with homes that might be next to a busy road?
Yes, absolutely. So what I would recommend, and actually we just got our latest version of our technical glass guide. It's a 2021 edition. So if you go, and I'll share all these links with you so you have them. This document, or this technical glass guide, will have all of that information in there. It'll be under the laminated glass section. Let's see. Laminated. So here is so this page right here, page 52. This is where there's some really cool charts on sound performance, and because it doesn't matter on the coating. It only shows clear glass, but when you're talking in terms of noise reduction, the coating doesn't matter. So what we look at for sound comparisons is the STC. That's what a lot of our that's basically the number that we use, is the STC, the sound transmission control number. And basically what it amounts to is the more glass that there is, the quieter the glass is going to be, just because it gives more of a buffer for that sound to travel through. And then obviously with laminated glass, that's another thing that helps drown out the sound too. A lot of these.
Let me just jump in before you get too far, Anthony. I know this is great technical information. We don't actually sell laminated glass.
Okay.
So I just want to remind all of our sales team too, because we've had this issue, to be mindful about when you're selling anything with sound reduction, is to be careful about overselling what we're actually providing.
Got it.
And not certainly providing soundproof glass, because we've dealt with a number of customers that after the fact are calling and saying, I thought this glass would, I thought the windows would be would reduce the sound a lot more. And so just be very mindful about what we're communicating to customers, especially considering we don't sell the laminated glass.
Sure. Yeah, and actually a lot of people are going away from that model and just more to thicker glass, because it's really expensive, and as you said, it mostly comes down to the insulation in the house.
Exactly. So there's a lot of factors that will lead to sound reduction, and overselling what the window can do certainly can lead to the customer not getting what they're expecting.
So Mark Lampinen has a question, and Anthony, you are in control of that. I don't know if you can see the hand raised and unmute Mark so he can talk.
Let's see.
wonder if I can steal back the admin role from you.
Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. There we go.
There you go,
Can you hear
Mark.
me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we were told at the end of last year that your facility was down 100 people. Where are you at today relative to that number from last December? Have you gained back a significant amount of your workforce, or are you still lagging?
Yeah. So at this point, for what we need to get out of the building from a product perspective, we have all the employees that we need. So we dropped down to 180 employees, and I'm just talking hourly employees. So now we're up to 286. So we got all those people back, and we are adding another IG line. So what we're working on now is hiring. It takes 9 people to run a shift on an IG line. So we're working on staffing that up as well.
Very good. So we don't have any supply chain issues with Cardinal Glass, it sounds like.
I don't think so.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you.
I would say that's today, though. We've seen a lot through this. Not to say Cardinal's been a great partner throughout the last year and a half, and we've been, I would say, probably one of our best suppliers. So a big thank you to Anthony and Mike and their entire team, because they've definitely helped us the most, I think, I would say, compared to many of our other suppliers throughout the many industry disruptions that we've experienced.
Yeah, I'll add that Dave and Todd have done a phenomenal job of. I mean, obviously we experience the same issues that you guys do, but one thing that those guys have helped us navigate is they've been able to keep all the orders completely level. So we've been able to ship a standard amount of units every day, which is the name of the game right now. And those guys have done a great job navigating that.
Last chance to ask a question, and then we'll let Anthony get on with his day.
And I'll share, obviously I'll share the PowerPoint with you and all the links that we went through, as well as the link to the technical guide as well.
And let me just close up this real quickly this morning and just say thanks again to Anthony and the entire Cardinal team for being a great partner. I think we're celebrating maybe our 5-year anniversary of partnering with Cardinal, and I appreciate everyone joining on the call this morning. And again, knowledge is power. So understanding our product and how not only does it compare to other competitors, but making sure that we are at the forefront of residential glass within our industry. Cardinal ensures that we are doing that and providing the best possible product for our customers all the time. So thanks for joining in and learning a little bit more, or refreshing your knowledge about Cardinal, because it only helps you in the house to be extremely knowledgeable about our product. So thanks, Anthony, for joining us and spreading the knowledge, and I really appreciate it, and the partnership that we've had over the past 5 years.
No problem. Guys, you are our very best customer, and we will keep doing everything we can to make sure you guys have glass and are on the forefront of all this new stuff going on.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Get a great day, everyone. Thank you.